Yes, hello, Harlem. I'm Terry Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News. And we are continuing our series on candidates for state assembly right here in District 70 in Harlem. And, we have really done interviews with all of the candidates. And we are one of our final candidates that we were scheduled to interview and basically share on this day uh, was not able to make the interviews. And we're hoping that we will be able to reschedule her. And that is in the person of Maria Ordonez, who is also running for Democratic State Assembly District 70. And as we have stated, the Democratic primaries will happen on June 25th, right here in Harlem. Early voting starts on June 15th and goes through the 23rd. We will be doing a series on voting, how the voting is going to be structured, mail-in ballots, and so on. So we just think it's really critical that the community knows who is voting. So we're just going to read a bit about Maria Ordonez. We're sharing our screen so that you can actually see Maria Ordonez. And as I said, we look to engage Maria Ordonez in a personal interview, as we have done for all the candidates. Our aim is to assure that Harlem and the Harlems of the world are informed and then engaged and then call to action. We have a lot of issues that we have to address. So I quote Maria in her Meet Maria campaign, which you can find on the internet. And Maria Ordonez says, "I will fight for true equity, accessibility, and justice as an assembly member. I will be proud to represent the entire district and all of its diversity for a united Harlem." That's a quote from Maria Ordonez. And this is her platform. And it says, "Our vision is to fight for Harlem's future." Maria Ordonez is dealing with housing justice. And it states on her site, secure truly affordable and accessible housing. Invest in Harlem's public housing complexes, protect renters through legislation like good cause eviction, and ensure everyone has a place to live that they can afford. Okay. And then next, we have education equity. That's another one of Maria's platform. Fully fund our schools, invest in our libraries, and advocate for tuition-free CUNY and SUNY, because every student should have access to quality education. Okay, Maria's campaign and platform moves on to climate justice. Advocate for a Green New Deal for public housing, support good union jobs as we fight the climate crisis, safer streets for pedestrians and cyclists, and fare-free public transportation. Okay. Another item on Maria Ordonez platform, and I'm Terri Wisdom. This is Harlem Network News, and we are just ensuring that we have the community informed, and we have been doing a series on our candidates running for state assembly. So we want to make sure, though Maria could not make it in this series, that we're going to reschedule with her, but I still wanted her to be front and center present And social media and the access that we have allows us to do that. So I have Maria's picture up, and I am reading from Maria's platform. Another item on her platform is healthcare for all. Fight to pass the New York Health Acts so that everyone can have access healthcare at no cost. Can access healthcare at no cost. Collaborate with community members and groups to address the homelessness and mental health crisis so they receive the support they need. Another item on her platform is queer liberation. Stand against any and all attacks against queer and trans rights. Invest in housing, healthcare, and jobs. Everyone deserves to live where they are safe, healthy, and can thrive. And last but not least, invest in Harlem. She advocates for universal childcare, support for small businesses, greater access to social services, and support for our seniors. And, I just wanted to give a bit about what Maria stands for. She's also, if you continue, housing justice. Housing is a human right. We need to put New Yorkers above developers and profit, because everyone deserved a dignified, safe place. And then, of course, she goes on. So immigration justice, immigrants are an integral part of our community. We need to ensure that all immigrants, New Yorkers, are able to live safely without fear of deportation or discrimination. Our neighbors deserve to have access to vital services and resources. And she continues on justice and safety. We must end criminalization of our communities and mass incarceration, demand police accountability, and invest in our communities. Justice for disabilities, and speaks about our seniors and healthcare. Animal rights, invest in Harlem. Harlem is a diverse neighborhood with a wealth of history, culture, and activism. We must invest and preserve our community and uplift Harlemites. We are fighting for a united Harlem. So I'm going to stop the share and straight up, it's Terri Wisdom with Harlem Network News. And this really concludes for now our series on the candidates for state assembly. We have many. We have done our best to give you balanced reporting, to speak truth to power, because that's what Harlem Network News does. We salute on this Memorial Day weekend, Dance Africa, BAM, at Brooklyn, BAM, Brooklyn Academy of Music. It'll be going through the Memorial Day weekend. There are shows at I believe 2:00, second show at 7. And we salute our ancestor, Chuck Davis, who really brought it for many years, and Brother Abdel Salam, Baba Abdel Salam, head of Forces of Nature, along with his wife, Diane Harvey Salam. The baton was passed to them. And Dance Africa continues, and that's what we must do in this world, continue to pass the baton. It's a critical thing in our community. And I want to give a shout out on this Memorial Day weekend to my grandson, Messiah Bashir Samuel Ali Wisdom. He is my son's son, and the 25th, and this Memorial Day weekend is his 21st birthday. Ashe, 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 Messiah. He is at Howard University, computer engineering major, heading for that senior year. He's destined for greatness. And I know that my son, Ali Sam Wayman Wisdom Colombo, the shining star who art in heaven, is looking down and guiding and proud. And this community matters to me. Happy birthday, happy Earth Day, Messiah. Thank you for standing with me. I love you. This community is standing firm. I stand with this community. There are many issues. I invested in this community, and I want to see change. I want to see action from our public officials. It's near and dear to me what happens in this community. I'm invested in the public schools, particularly in District 5, seeing separate but not equal education. There's a need for a lawsuit because we thought we climbed that hurdle 70 years ago with separate but not equal legislation. And it's not so much the separate, New York City is compartmentalized, but if our school district is all Black and brown kids, then that's what it is, but we deserve an equal education and equal opportunity. So real talk, stop the violence. I am a member of Harlem Mothers and Fathers Saved with our Honorable Jackie Rowe Adams. I know that there's some legislation coming up with that, and my son was shot and killed 2.5 years ago. Harlem Star, part of the Harlem Little League, Harlem School of the Arts, everything that you could pour into a child and a young person in Harlem. My son was a part of, and he was cut down on November 5th, 2021 on the Shinnecock Reservation. So there's a wave of our young people being killed, being incarcerated, in a lot of instances, just being innocent victims, and those crimes not being solved, not being on the forefront. So I'm here to say we matter. I continue to search for justice. In my son's crime, there's been no movement on it. It happened on an Indian reservation. We're engaging the Department of Indian Affairs. Only the state is involved in it, So we got lots to do. Okay, we got lots to do as we face these elections. It's critical we speak truth to power. I'm Terri Wisdom. Let's infuse the media with some money, the Black media that is needed, so that we can continue to tell our own stories, which is what Harlem Network News does and will continue to do. Pulling off the scab on the wounds and speaking truth to power. So please donate to Harlem Network News. You can go to our website, harlemnetworknews.org. You can also go to our Zelle, Harlem Network News. You can go to our Cash App, Harlem Network News, but we need you to donate. We matter, and we've got to support one another. We continue to bring it. And if you have information, if you have stories you want to share, if you want to have a skill you want to share, please reach out to Harlem Network News at gmail.com. You can call us at 646-261-5397. Power to the people. And our prayers are for justice and equity and stopping the stop and check in our communities from the police that continue. And just there being balance. All eyes on Harlem. So goes Harlem, so goes the world. And I could continue speaking. We pray for those in the Middle East and for the genocide in Palestine to stop, and the genocide right here in Harlem to stop. Okay, it's off the grid, but it's happening through drugs, through an infusion of drug treatment centers in our community, economics. Slavery ended. It supposedly ended, but we see the residue right here in Harlem. So let's change the paradigm. Terri Wisdom, Harlem Network News. Thank you.